Oh, hell no. PTSD. I remember the fucking day, son, I remember the day when I, bombed the toilet. Reapers, what's his good? It's your boy Laser. He's always doing another scary reaction video. He's on the scary content. So you can do that. He's in the top 10 kids who remember their past life. Guys, I remember my past lives. It's crazy. Deja vu is scary. Enjoy scary content. Use more scary videos like this in the future. Smash the like button. You subscribe to notification bell icon. I'll stream it every night on Twitch. Also check my music except on platforms. Let's dive straight in this video.
The top 10 kids who remembered their past lives, part 3. If you haven't already seen the first 2 videos of this series, then I highly recommend you go check those out as well. Starting off this countdown, we have the mother named Sally. Sounds like a title to an upcoming horror movie. This mother states that one day her daughter started to tell her about her past life and her horrific death. She said that her previous mother's name was Sally, and that she died a long time ago on a Thursday.
Now, like, then anyone that's had deja vu or like knows how like unsettling it is. Like for me, my deja vu is so clear. Like I remember my past life so clearly. I'm not crazy when I say this, by the way. Like I definitely lived past lives, and it's making me lose my fucking mind. I'm not human, bro. I'm not human.
And she said that on that day she was playing with her father's gun when it accidentally went off and shot and killed her mom, Sally. Then when her mom dismissed this, saying that it's not true, her daughter said, "We come back, mommy." Maybe I should mention that this girl was 4 years old at the time. Pretty unusual for a 4-year-old to say things like that. The mother even claims that her daughter has never met anyone named Sally or even watched any shows with a character named Sally in it. She also says that she has never even told her about guns, and she hasn't even watched any violent shows. Making our way down the list, at number 9 we have the surfer. This next mother claims that when her son was 3 years old, he would talk about stuff that he possibly could not have known at that age. It first started when he would refer to someone named Bubba, who was apparently a friend in his past life. Then he also would talk about how he had a wood-paneled station wagon, and he also said that he used to surf a lot. Now, the mother says that they are from the Midwest. Her son has never seen an ocean.
Like I said in my videos, I hate surfing because like, I don't know. I just hate the ocean.
Or a surfboard. In our 8th spot, we have the Titanic. So in my last video, I talked about the girl that clearly remembers being on the Titanic when it sunk. Well, according to this next story, we have another individual who remembers the same thing. So this woman states that when her nephew was 4 years old, he would talk about the Titanic all the time. There's just one thing. He never even learned about it, and he never watched the movie. One day he just started mentioning it. He also claims that he had a wife he was aboard the ship with when he remembers all of a sudden feeling really cold. Every time he watches a movie that has boats in it or large bodies of water, he freaks out. Moving on to number 7, we have the war memories. When this next boy was younger, he remembers being a soldier in war. In fact, the memories of him being at war are very vivid. And
hell no. PTSD. I remember the fucking day, son, I remember the day when I bombed the toilet on I heard someone bombing the toilet on our Navy plane, our Navy ship. I thought I was actually getting bombed.
Remembered them as he got older. So he claims that he remembers being at war surrounded by helicopters as him and other soldiers were firing back while crouched behind a building. Then he says that he remembers a guy running out of a building with a kid when the kid gets shot out of nowhere. He also remembers the way that he died. He said that he was crouching in tall grass when he was shot dead. He claims that he felt a hard thunk, saw part of his chest explode, and then he fell forward where his vision went black. When he was young, his parents claimed that he would constantly draw pictures depicting war and soldiers. His mom also said,
what, he just drew like a bunch of like, I don't know, that motherfucker.
That when he began to talk, he would say things like heavy fire and zip 'em boy. His parents also claimed that he never watched any war or fighting movies. In our 6th spot, we have
Not Even Full Metal Jacket. That's like the #1 movie I think anyone's seen when it comes to war. That's like the #1 movie. Like when I think of war, I think of that movie right there, Full Metal Jacket. One of, if not the best war movie out there. I know like there's other good ones, but it's like that's definitely the best one, 100%. I'm not saying it just because it's the most like popular choice. I'm saying it because like it's generally just like one of, if not the best. You know what I'm saying? What you doing with that donut?
Have the Japanese soldier. On December 26, 1953, a girl named 𝐈𝐭'𝐬 was born. As she got older, she recalls being a male Japanese soldier that was killed during World War II. In fact, she developed a fear of planes. Whenever one passed overhead, she was scared that they were going to shoot at her. As she continued to get older, she kept saying her home was in Japan. She also recalled being killed by a machine gun fire from an aircraft. 𝐈𝐭'𝐬 was born with a thumb-sized birthmark on her groin. Presumably, that is where she got shot and died. She also remembers facts like having 5 children, her oldest child being a male who was an army cook. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with Swarnlata Mishra. When this girl was 3 years old, she remembered her past life in which she was a girl called Baya Pathak. Now, Swarnlata lived in a small village in India, and Baya lived in a village 100 miles away from her. She described her past house as being white with 4 rooms. She also would sing songs that she remembered from her past life and remembered complex dance routines. Eventually, they found a woman named Baya that lived in that village that died 9 years prior. Her and her father ended up visiting that family. To test her daughter, her father ended up introducing her to people who he claimed
your villages casually get raided by some person named Stevie as a blockhead. It's crazy how in Minecraft I used to just raid villages all the time. I don't know. That's how boring Minecraft is. Like, I love Minecraft, but damn, that shit be boring as fuck. Like, Minecraft's not the game to play if you just get bored easily. Like, if you, it's fun with other people, you know what I'm saying? But if you're alone, it's boring as shit. You can't play it alone.
Were her family members, but weren't. But Swarnlata immediately called him out on it. She knew who her real past family members were. In our 4th spot, we have the Tibetan Lama. In 1991, a boy named Sonam Wangdu was born. When he was 2, he realized he was the reincarnation of the Tibetan Lama.
I was gonna say what are those, but then my thing's blocking it, but he's basically got fucking Lightning McQueen shoes. That's fucking, oh man. Speed!
𝐍𝐚𝐭 Rinpoche. In fact, there have been 4 reincarnations of him. He's pretty powerful to say the least. He just keeps coming back. When he was younger, Sonam had visions of his mother and knew words spoken by the 3rd reincarnated 𝐍𝐚𝐭. In fact, the 3rd reincarnated Lama a year before his death said, "I will be reborn in Seattle," where Wangdu was
made a song called Reborn on all platforms. Not all platforms, but soon to be all platforms.
Born. Eventually, he left his family to go to Nepal, where he was raised by monks before becoming the head of monastery there. When he was asked how long he would stay in Nepal, he replied with, "Lots of time. I'm just going to stay here a long time." I mean, it's true because he just keeps being reincarnated. In our 3rd spot, we have the drowning tragedy. A young girl in Sri Lanka claims that she remembers drowning in a flooded paddy field. She said that right before she died, she remembers a bus driving by and splashing her with water. In fact, this girl ended up developing a fear of buses and water. After doing research, they discovered
that's such a, like a random combination though. I mean, like, I understand what she's like saying here, but like that's such a random like to combine. It's like me talking about deodorant and fucking I don't know, molesting people, you know what I'm saying? Like, guys, look at this. It's like me advertising deodorant and then bringing up molesting. Guys, see his deodorant? I put it under my armpits every day and I also molest people.
Discovered that this was in fact true. A girl in a nearby village drowned after she stepped backwards to avoid a passing bus. She ended up falling back into the deep overflooded paddy field and drowned. Moving on to number 2, we have the famous golfer. When a little boy was 3 years old, he claimed that he was the famous golfer Bobby Jones. One day, this boy, we will refer to him as Hunter because his name was not shared. Well, one day, Hunter came across a picture of Bobby Jones and said,
I know people shun golfers for like, I don't know, they just shun golfers. I don't know why. There's nothing wrong, like, dude, golf takes skill and it's fun to play. I don't know why people shun golf. You know, obviously it's not the most entertaining sport to watch, but like, and people that say it's not a sport are fucking stupid. It's definitely a sport, 100%. It's like the same with hockey. Like, people that say hockey isn't a sport are fucking retarded. Like, bro, it's not a sport, like.
That's me. Now, to make sure that his son wasn't making it up, his dad laid out 6 photos of different famous golfers. But Hunter still correctly identified Bobby. He then saw a photo of Harry Vardon and he said, "That's my friend, Harry Garden."
You got the whole.
Really funny.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I gotta shoot my head just after what she said. That made me cringe. None.
But seriously, like, he knew who that man was.
You
Hunter
high?
was also able to correctly identify which house belonged to Bobby. And Hunter himself is even an incredible golfer. He has won 41 out of 50 junior tournaments by the age of 7. 21 of the tournament wins were in a row. So the parents are fully convinced that they gave birth to the reincarnation of Bobby Jones. And in our number 1 spot, we have the Pollock twins. Now, I've mentioned the Pollock twins before, but
I don't know why, bro, but just seeing like girl twins in black and white just goes hard as shit. Like, I don't know why, but whenever I see like girl twins and they're in like historic pictures, it just goes hard. I don't know why. Like, someone should make this like an album cover. Like, like a song cover, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit just goes hard as fuck. I don't know why, but just girl twins in like, kind of like a male, but girl twins in fucking black and white just goes hard as fuck.
Let me go more in depth. On May 7th, 1957, 2 sisters named Joanna, age 11, and Jacqueline, age 6, were hit by a car on their way to church. The parents, Florence and John Pollock, were grief-stricken, but the father always remained hopeful, saying that his daughters would come back to them. He even said that they would be reborn in the form of twins. Well, in 1958...
Like, imagine telling someone, like someone telling you that you're gonna be reborn on this shitty ass planet. Nobody likes it here, bro. I can't believe I was reborn. I have deja vu. It's so clear.
Florence gave birth to 2 girl twins, just as her husband predicted.
I was really reborn
they named
on
them
this
Jillian and Jennifer. Over the years, these twins began to start to resemble their previous daughters. Jillian was more slender, just like Joanna was, and Jennifer was more stocky, just like Jacqueline was. When Jacqueline was alive, she struggled with writing since she would hold the pencil in her fist. Jennifer would do the same thing. At one point, the girls even asked for the same toys that the previous sisters owned. And when they both got dolls, they named it the same name that Joanna and Jacqueline gave their dolls. The parents always hid the tragic past for them, so it's not like they knew any of this. These twins also shared the same birthmarks as the other girls. Jennifer had the same birthmark on her waist that Jacqueline had, and Jennifer had a birthmark on her forehead that was the same spot where Jacqueline had a scar. The girls were also terrified of cars and crossing the street. And then we have the creepy part. One time, the girls were caught playing a game and they were discussing details of the accident that they died in. Details they couldn't have known unless they were the reincarnation of the other girls. So, what do you think? I now have 3 videos with facts that prove reincarnation is real.
You also have one clip of you saying a shitty ass joke that nobody thought was funny.
What do you believe? Let me know in the comments below. While you're there, also let me know if you have any memories from your past life. I would love to know.
Well guys, if this video, hope you enjoyed. Which one of those kids who remember the past life was most interesting to you? Enjoy the reaction content. You want more scary videos, the PJ. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.